Good morning. I'm Kara Clark. I'm the Executive Director of the Vegas Chambers Leadership Foundation, and I want to welcome all of you for joining us today to learn more about the Foundation's Leadership Advance program. I'm going to introduce our guests in just a moment, but I first want to give you an overview of the Leadership Advance program. It's a 5-month program, one full Friday a month in person, that is for people who want to enhance their leadership skills, become better leaders in their organizations, be more strategic, and really develop a deeper understanding of their strengths as a leader, and also learn how to overcome some of their weaknesses. We're really proud of the program at the Leadership Advance, at the Leadership Foundation, and really are excited to share more with you. One of the questions I get asked is, who's the Leadership Advance program for? And I will tell you, it's anybody who wants to become a better leader. We've had CEOs go through the program and down to coordinators, and everyone has found it an invaluable experience. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our facilitator of the Leadership Advance program, Tim Schneider. Tim is the president of Aegis Learning. Welcome, Tim.
Kara, thank you so much, and I share with you the pride and the enthusiasm about the Leadership Advance program. It's been nothing short of spectacular over the last 3 years, and it's just absolutely been awesome. And thank you for this tremendous opportunity to share a little bit more about it. And I'm certainly looking forward to hearing from one of our graduates, Danielle Black, in just a few moments too.
Me too. But before we get to introducing Danielle, Tim, why don't you tell us what the program really is about, and what do class members get out of it?
You know, you hit it and encapsulated it very, very nicely a second ago, Kara. It is about developing competencies and skills as a leader. It's built for a leader at any level, whether you are an emerging leader, you want to become a leader. We've had several CEO and very, very senior leaders in the group, and it uses a competency-based model to develop the skills that are necessary to be successful in any leadership path in any particular industry set.
Well, you use the DISC assessment as a tool for the program. What is that, and why is it so invaluable to becoming a better leader?
We do, and the DISC tool is a assessment. It's a psychometric assessment that determines your approach and your style in things like communication, how you lead, how you coach others, and it's just an incredible, incredible aid. And one of the big things it helps a lot of our leaders understand and really see is some of their behavioral blind spots, things that they're not aware of. You know, in situations in terms of how they interact with folks, and they're not aware of certain things. And that tool, we really integrate that tool in a lot of the lessons and a lot of the conversations that we have.
And one of the things when I went through the program that I found DISC so invaluable is learning other people's styles and how you need to kind of modify yourself to be more effective in interactions with people who may be the opposite of you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's always awesome to kind of get to know about yourself, but the real magic of an instrument like that is the ability then to take that and say, okay, I know who I am. Now let's use some of these techniques and skills for creating better connections, better communication, better engagement with folks that are different than you are. That's an incredibly powerful piece of it.
Yeah, I think it's invaluable. So what are some of the leadership skills that you work on through the Leadership Advance program?
Yeah, and we begin and we build a foundation really based on communication skills. That's a big chunk of our time together because that is so foundational to, you know, all of our interactions every day. We also work on team member engagement and some of the tactics and strategies associated with that. Another big chunk is wrapped around coaching, providing positive feedback, corrective feedback to our team members. And then also we build in some work about self-mastery, which is really an emotional intelligence competency that's wrapped all around understanding yourself better and learning to manage and regulate yourself better. And then we also have units in learning about empowerment, delegation, decision making, and some more on top of that as well.
So that's an amazing curriculum. One of the things I love about the Leadership Advance program is how interactive it is. You don't teach with PowerPoints for sure. Tell me about your teaching style.
Well, I'm not even sure I have a teaching style, to be truthful with you. Uh, there's two kind of hallmarks of our programs, and one of which is that we use a very facilitative methodology, meaning we work very, very hard to connect people, get them engaged, get them to dialogue the information. We draw folks out, even folks that maybe don't necessarily even want to be drawn out, but we draw everybody's voice into the conversation. And the other thing that we work very, very hard at is trying to make the learning environment a fun, spirited environment. Adult humans just don't learn well in grim. Sitting there and clicking slides and reading you the bullet points off of it is not something that's going to happen when we're there. We're going to have fun, we're going to laugh, and we're also going to work very, very hard to make sure that our participants, folks like Danielle, build rapport and build relationships with the other participants in there too. So there's a, kind of an organic networking, community engagement component that is built in there as well.
That's wonderful. And that's a perfect opportunity to introduce one of the graduates of our Leadership Advance program, Danielle Black of Cragen and Pike. Welcome, Danielle.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're excited too. So tell us about your Leadership Advance experience.
I think it was great. I think this is definitely an applicable program to anybody who wants to get a little bit better at how they lead a team. My experience is much like Tim said, it's a very engaging group of people. It's a very engaging class. I liked that we can learn our communication styles and learn how to address things in real time. So it's not, a dull PowerPoint and you're submitting an essay. It's real conversations with real people who have been, maybe not in the exact same circumstances that you are, but definitely something similar to that. And I thought it was a great class. I got a lot out of it.
That's great. How has the program helped you grow professionally?
It's definitely helped me grow professionally. So on the professional front, I think that I realized how I wanted to show up as a leader, right? So how leaders are responsible for the weather. Like we bring the weather, we bring the sunny days. We have to have the positive, upbeat attitude, no matter kind of what's happening on the back end that nobody really realizes. Inevitably, as a leader, you're going to have to provide somebody with feedback, right? And learning kind of how to do that, I think in a positive way, is to not tear them down, was really important for me. I learned how to build stronger relationships. In my industry, it is all about the relationships. So learning how to build a more solid foundation for those relationships to grow was a really important takeaway I got out of the class. And also how to engage a team. I think that in business, we all kind of need each other to get things done. And it's how do I engage this person and get their buy-in? That way the process goes a little bit smoother. So there was a lot of great things I got out of it.
That's wonderful. You touched on several of the new skills. You also built relationships with your class members. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. I built relationships with our class members. Ours was all via Zoom, which is, always an interesting setup. But there was a couple people in the professional services arena that, are similar setup in terms of a business model as what we are in insurance. But again, you've got to talk with them and bounce ideas back and forth. And that also helps you build a relationship with somebody. And it's nice to know, you have an ally and a resource to go to if you have questions or you're not sure how to handle a certain situation, and they can help kind of guide you down that path.
Based on your experience, Danielle, why do you believe someone should go through the Leadership Advance program?
I think that anybody who's a leader should go through the Advanced Leadership program, because I truly feel like leadership is not a destination. It's a journey, and everybody can learn every day how to get better, how to be better, how to support other people of their team. I think as leaders, we all have a responsibility to build up those coming behind us. And what better way to do that than to continue to hone and sharpen the saw in terms of your, the soft skills, the communication skills, how you show up, right? I think self-reflection is always a very important piece of being a good leader.
And your company, Cragen and Pike, they've sent several people through. Your company uses Leadership Advance as a leadership training program for young professionals.
Absolutely. I think that is one of the many reasons why we are so awesome.
I also want to now introduce our Leadership Advance Program Manager, Danielle Black. Hi, Danielle.
I'm Danielle Black, and I'm the Leadership Program Manager. So to register for Leadership Advance, you can go to the Leadership Advance website, which I am entering in the chat at the moment, or you can reach out to me directly and I can help you register if you're having any issues, any questions. And my email is Danielle, DANIELLE @leadership.vegas. And I'd be happy to walk you through the process because we would love to see you in the Leadership Advance program this spring, starting February 11th.
Wonderful. And one thing I want to point out is Leadership Advance is an enrollment process. You don't have to apply and be interviewed. If you want to go through the program, you just go online to the website and go ahead and enroll. It's very easy. So, Tim, anything that you would like to add?
The only thing I can say is I cannot thank the chamber enough for providing this opportunity, and I also am just thrilled to hear what Danielle Black shared with everybody. I mean, if you were to outline what the key takeaways are supposed to be, Danielle did it absolutely perfectly. She is just a rock star and a great example of what it is to be a Leadership Advance graduate and represents not only Cragen and Pike, but also the Leadership Advanced program extremely well. So Danielle, thank you. I could not be more appreciative of your appearance today.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Very grateful.
Oh, you're awesome. And just to remind everyone, our next Leadership Advanced session will start on Friday, February 11th. You can enroll today, and then we will have a second Leadership Advanced program that starts in August and goes through December. So please keep us in mind for all of your leadership development needs.